Have you ever been so sure someone loves you and still terrified you're wrong? That was me 4 months with Julian. Everything perfect on paper. Weekends blending into weekdays. My toothbrush in his bathroom drawer like it belonged there. We'd met parents, survived fights, planned Italy like it was nothing. He looked at me like I was the plot twist he'd waited his whole life for. But 4 months in, one thing was missing. The 3 words I'd been waiting to hear. I love you. I knew it was coming. Or, I thought I did. We'd had the exclusivity talk at month 2, and he was the one who started it. His mom called me sweetheart. We'd survived the dishes fight and made up like it was the Olympics. He booked the restaurant I mentioned once, 6 weeks earlier. He kept my favorite tea stocked. He texted drive safe every single time. So why, 4 months in, had he never said it? I started noticing the avoidance like a detective. He'd say, I really, really like you, with that intense eye contact that made my stomach flip. Or you mean everything to me, while holding my face like I was fragile. Or I'm so happy with you, after weekends that left us both glowing, close, so painfully close, but never the actual words. Tell me, when did I love you become the relationship Voldemort? The phrase that shall not be named. I'd rehearse it in my head 100 times a day. Walking to work, I love you. Cooking dinner together, I love you. Falling asleep with his arm around me, I love you, I love you, I love you, but out loud, nothing. At first I told myself it was fine. We're adults, 30-something. We don't need teenage declarations, right? We show it. He remembers how I take my coffee. He keeps extra hair ties in his drawer because I always lose mine. He texts thinking about you at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday like it's the most natural thing in the world. But month 3 turned into month 4, and the not saying started to feel like a thing. Is love something you just know like gravity? Or do we still need to hear it out loud to believe it's real? I started testing the waters. One night, cuddled on the couch watching some mindless Netflix show, I turned to him and said, "You make me really happy, you know that?" He smiled hugely, kissed my forehead, and said, "You make me happier than I've been in years." Close again. So painfully close. Another time, after an amazing weekend away, I whispered as we were falling asleep, "I feel so lucky with you." He squeezed me tighter and murmured, "I'm the lucky one." Still nothing. Am I being ridiculous for wanting to hear it? Or is avoiding I love you the adult version of it's not you, it's me? I asked my friends. One said, men say it when they mean it, so give him time. Another said, if he hasn't said it by now, he never will. A third said, maybe he's been hurt before and it's hard for him. All fair, all possible. And I agree with all of them, but none of them were lying next to him at 3 a.m., wondering if the feeling was one-sided. Because here's the thing. I was ready. I knew it. I felt it in my bones. I love you, Julian. It was right there on the tip of my tongue every single day. So why was I scared to say it first? Is saying, I love you first still a power move? Or is waiting for him to say it first just old-fashioned insecurity dressed up as patience? One night, after a perfect Sunday, lazy breakfast in bed, farmer's market, reading on the couch with his head in my lap, I almost did it. We were saying goodbye at my door, that soft evening light, his hand on my waist, and the words were right there. I love you. Instead I said, text me when you get home. He smiled, kissed me slow and said, always, and walked away. Tell me, when did we make those 3 little words feel like jumping off a cliff? I finally asked him. Not in a big dramatic way. Just casually, over takeout one Thursday night. Hey. Random question. Do you think I love you is something people still need to say out loud? Or do we just know? He went quiet for a second. Then, I think when it's real, you feel it. Words are just words. I nodded like that made perfect sense. But inside, my heart cracked a little, because if it's real, why not say it? If you feel it, why hold it back? Is love something you prove or something you declare? A week later, we're at dinner with his friends. One couple is celebrating their anniversary, all lovey-dovey, saying I love you across the table like it's the easiest thing in the world. Julian's hand is on my knee under the table, squeezing like he always does when he's happy. And I realize I don't want to just know. I want to hear it. I want the words. I want the risk. I want the teenage, over-the-top, scary, beautiful declaration. Because if we're too grown up to say I love you out loud, are we really in love at all? So ladies, tell me in the comments, how long is too long to wait for I love you? Should we say it first? Or is knowing enough in your 30s? Because last night, after another perfect weekend, I almost said it. We were lying in bed, his fingers tracing patterns on my back, and the words were right there. I love you. But I didn't, and he didn't either. But tonight, I think I'm going to. Or maybe he will first. Either way, someone has to be brave enough to jump. Thanks for watching.